Originally, I hadn't really planned on making a video on this game. There's not a lot of content, and it's still in such early stages that I expect a ton of changes to come to it, but I somehow forgot that I started the game off as a blind Nuzlocke. So here we are. I've never successfully completed a blind Nuzlocke. Nuzlockes in and of themselves are pretty challenging, even when you know what you're going up against. But when you don't, it's borderline unfair. Usually I start off new fakemon / creature catching games by saying, I'm gonna blind Nuzlocke it.
I'm gonna be trying Doodle World for the first time, and I'm gonna try to Nuzlocke it.
And then, when I inevitably lose, I end up continuing with a casual playthrough. But that just never ended up happening with Tales of Tanorio. Now, I don't know whether it's because the game is really easy, or because I'm an epic pro gamer.
You're skillful.
Nah, scratch that. I do know. It's definitely because I'm a max skill level god gamer. Anyways, this video is just showing my overall experience with the game. I won't be giving it a review because I'm kind of tired of doing that, and it's a little unfair to review a game so early. Maybe, given some time, I'll come back and give it a proper review if it receives more updates and gets more polished. So, I start off my journey waking up from a nightmare and am immediately met with the crushing reality of capitalism. Thanks, Mom. Really just the perfect start to any journey right there. I then meet my rival Kira, and we go choose our starters. I choose Charkyle, which I name Queen, and then I destroy Kira with my pro gamer skills. My first encounter is an Aspire I name Bomber, followed by a Notent I name Skovit, and then finally a Rootrake named Phantom. Yes, I named some of them after Pokemon, but come on, you gotta admit they look quite similar. Oh, it's the police! They must have found where I hid the bodies! Run! Okay, next Kira brings me to the museum for a tour. Oh, is that Zoro from One Piece? SMH, bro got lost again and ended up in a Pokemon clone. Alright, well, not gonna waste this opportunity and absolutely destroy his team.
I will never lose again!
Then we actually go into the museum for a tour where they tell us about all kinds of rare Malachites,
which allow for Guardian Reversion, which is an ancient technique reserved for exclusively the strongest of the strong, unlocking hidden potential and unleashing incredible power, as well as an ancient story about a celestial entity arriving on a meteor.
Sorry about that. We meet back up with Zoro, who brings us to his room, and his daddy issues, and then we get a sick Bjork chop mount, let's go! After that, my starter evolved, and I got my next encounter, which I named and then Phantom and Bomber both evolved. Moving on into the next area, I ran into Raya, the first gym leader, who just taunts me.
Rookies like yourself usually end up on the losing end
Don't-
when facing with someone on my level.
Without knowing how horrible of an idea that is. Soon after, I meet up with Kira and Zoro at a restaurant, and she's just itching for a fight, so I obviously destroy her. Now, going into the gym, I had no clue that you'd have to fight multiple trainers in a row with no breaks. Do I not get to heal? As well as the gym leader at the very end. Can I heal? I don't get to heal? This is 4 fights in a row with no healing? That's bullshit. So I didn't bring any potions. As a result of this, I lost my starter. Oh, and Skovit too, but no one really cares about him. Losing my starter really sucks, especially in a way like that, but what can you do? Moving on to the next route, I catch a bell buzz and name it Buzzwole, and that's where the first stream ended. Oh, by the way, my whole playthrough is up in the live section on my channel, so you're free to watch the whole thing there if you're interested. In the mines, I get a Chromeleon as my encounter, which then gets named Cocomelon, and a Korok named... Korok. Then I meet this dude who yaps on about some lore! Finally, I move on to the next route, and this is where the Nuzlocke ends. I'm not gonna lie, I was getting a little fed up with the game here at the time. The way I'd lost my starter to weird mechanics I wasn't even aware of demotivated me quite a bit, so I started avoiding trainers, and I ended up being far underleveled, thus causing almost my whole team to get insta-killed. I still managed to play until the current end of the story though, but yeah, that is in fact where the Nuzlocke ends. So, I know this was quite a short video, but again, there's not a lot of content in this game as of right now. Oh, by the way, developers, if you're watching this, I'd love to do some voice acting for this game. Just hit me up on Discord. I got you, man. Consider this video my audition.